to the Movie Club Emporium, and this week we are going to be talking about a movie that I really had no plans of talking about. Um, I did watch it, but it wasn't a movie that I was like, oh, I can review that. But with this kind of being a slow week, the only really thing coming out is Evil Dead Burn. Speaking of, make sure you join us at the end of this month for our July live hangout. We'll not only be talking about Evil Dead Burn, but we'll be talking about the entire Evil Dead franchise. Um, you don't want to miss that. Also, while we're here, let's go ahead and get all the fun stuff out of the way first. We are only 28 subscribers away from our goal in this year of getting triple digits. Now, here's the incentive. If by the stroke of midnight during the death of 2026 we hit triple digits, uh we're gonna do a special one time only live stream. It is a live stream that will go up. We will record it, but then it will not be available to watch for a good while. So you're not gonna want to miss that. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Um, so that being said, in order to us to have that live stream, we need your help getting to triple digits. So make sure you are liking, subscribing, sharing with your friends, letting them know about the Movie Club Emporium. We got lots of fun stuff in here. We're talking about movies, including movies that weirdly enough make us emotional and not just nauseous or wince in pain. We're talking about Jackass Best and Last. So, I, again, wasn't planning on talking about this movie, but then I was, between not having really anything to talk about and then seeing a lot of the chatter online where a lot of people seemed upset with this movie, primarily because of its format. So full disclosure, about half, maybe a little less, of this film is brand new stunts, like brand new stunts. The rest of the movie is a mix of like favorite moments from the show, the other four movies, the big moments, and then some stuff that was uh, previously never seen. Stuff that was shelved for legal reasons from the pilot. Some things that were shot before Jackass was even a real thing. Um, so a lot of people were referring to it as a clip show. Now, for me watching this again, I, as somebody who, man, I really hope my mother doesn't watch this video. Um, Sorry, mom. As somebody who watched as much Jackass as he could, when his parents were in the other room or asleep. Again, I'm so sorry, mom. Um, who saw the other movies in the theater? Again, apologies. Um, who was who did know a few guys who would go out and videotape themselves doing stupid stuff. Um, even though we were, even though they were uh specifically told not to. Shout out Hober Hightop. Um, this is a big part of my teenage years. Into early adulthood. And you know, watching this last one was a couple things. One, it was um you kind of do get the greatest hits, and for some people who have never who weren't around watching the original films in the theater, or watch the original show. Because that's the other thing too. We like to realize that the original show, which if you asked me, I'd assume had like 60, 70 episodes, 24 episodes, which is nuts. They like shot them all within a year to 18 months. Uh, it was a treat to see things like the car X-ray and the giant hand high five. Um, you know the 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 bull teeter totter, like all the things that I remember watching. Um, and then also watching them do things now where you're just like, my God, these guys got to be in their 50s. And as somebody who, you know, as of this video posting is now 41, to be like, I slept on this arm wrong 7 years ago and now I can't straighten it. The fact that they're out here still doing insane things is just like, oh no, good for you, I guess, or stop. Um, but what I know, what a lot of people felt, maybe, I don't know, cheated by the format of this movie. Honestly, for me, kind of felt like a mixture of a love letter to the fans and like an official goodbye. Because again, these dude, there ain't no way I know, I guess they always said they weren't gonna do anymore. This feels final. Like again, they're old. They're old men. I know they brought in some newer, younger, I mean, some different cast, but they're not like teenagers. Like they're adults as well. Um, this was the final. This was like again a mixture of like a love letter, a thank you to the people who have been around since the birth of this stupid thing. This stupid thing that also was like one of the best examples of like you know friendship, which in a weird way because these guys were doing awful things to each other, but they were also always together, and so it felt like a lot of that, and then again, just a goodbye to this thing called Jackass. Um, and I really dug it. Again, I wouldn't say I was in the theater like, oh, but there was a couple of times where clearly some of them get choked up at the idea of this chapter of their life is over, and they're finally putting like the final firecracker up the butt of the thing called Jackass. And so this is it, man. What a way to go out. They went on their own terms. Um, they're and when you see them still doing crazy stuff that like makes me like wince and close my eyes and flex and dry heave a little and still laugh at the just absurdness of it. Again, it was just, to me it was this film for a lot, it was just it was a video goodbye. And so for me that is enough uh for these, you can calm down, uh for these for these guys to hang up their thongs and their uh you know all the horrible things they've done to themselves, um and to finally just say it's it's done, um was cool. And to kind of be there to see the beginning and the end of this thing was also cool. And so I think a lot of that kind of sentiment of just being like, oh, I feel cheated, I feel like maybe from a younger crowd who like didn't grow up. I mean, maybe grew up with it, but like weren't there, when this took over the world. essentially, but I did enjoy it. Again, I could they have done a whole lot more new stuff? I'm sure they could have, but my god, the number of concussions and like broken bones and like please don't. It's like watching your grandpa do. You know the joke of Johnny Knoxville in the older movies in the show, doing the dirty grandpa stuff is like now he's kind of like his body probably feels like a grandpa. Um and so he probably doesn't want to like ride a rocket, you know, off the side of a bridge or whatever. Like they're tired and they want to finally put it to rest. And so I say, Mazel Tov, gentlemen. Uh, thank you for bringing so much laughter and vicarious pain and trauma uh, to a young 14, 15-year-old kid who all these years later doesn't care that his uh, wife still judges the shit out of him for watching this stuff and enjoying it. But again, you've earned your rest now, gentlemen. Enjoy this walk uh, into the sunset. Um, and please don't try this stuff at home, kids. Back then, CTE wasn't a thing, so it didn't exist back in 2000. So um, they're lucky to all still be breathing. But I was fun to kind of get the greatest hits and also kind of see them say goodbye. So if you enjoyed Jackass at any point, I think you'll enjoy it with that in mind. So again, just a quick uh, review video for a movie that's really kind of review proof. I mean, I can be like, well, the cinematography when they chugged a bunch of laxatives and then played Twister is left somewhat to be desired. Like that's stupid. But just my 2 cents on a gross poop movie that was a huge part of me growing up. So I do not know at all what comes out next week, but we'll be talking about something. Um, but until then, don't forget, make sure you like and subscribe and share. We want to get to 100. I want to do this live stream. We're gonna have so much fun. And then join us at the end of the month, man. We're talking what will be at the time now 6 Evil Dead films. Spoilers, they're right now batting 1,000 in my eyes. So we have a lot to talk about, and so make sure you join us for that. Join us here next week for whatever it is we're talking about. And until then, wear a helmet, limber up, and don't put things where they don't belong. I'll see you guys next week. Bye.